Hi, and welcome to Missed It by How Much. This is the channel that tests sports hypotheses by using computer game engines. We're currently using Action PC Baseball as if it's OOTP to replay the 2013 Major League Baseball season, attempting to guide the Los Angeles Dodgers to a world championship through roster changes and managing on the field. We've currently played the first 54 games of our season. This is how we've done with goals. On the path to 93 wins, we have 40 so far. No 20-game winners. D. Gordon has 17 steals. We're averaging 5.2 runs a game. And a new goal, we're going to try and see if James Loney can get to 200 hits for the season. He currently has 66. On our other worksheet, you see the stated ideas and attempts to get to 93 wins. The pathway that I believed we could go was winning 75% of our big three, Kershaw, Greinke, and Ryu starts. That would give us 71 out of possible 95 games. Currently, we've won 26 of their 29 starts. That's at 8.96, almost 90%. 90 percentage. Whereas on other starts, we're looking to win 33% of them, or 22 wins out of 67. We played 25 and won 14, which is a robust for the starters that we have, 56%, or 560 winning percentage. So of those 93 wins, 71 coming from the big three, 22 from the rest of the starters. We have so far 40 out of 54, or 74% winning percentage, a 740 winning percentage. And that's where we're at so far. As a reminder, you can look at the transactions that we made prior to the season. Hanley Ramirez was a trade that was reversed to Miami. Nathan Eovaldi still is yet to make a start, but we're looking forward to him coming back in June. Adrian Gonzalez, that trade was reversed from 2012. James Loney was kept. Shane Victorino was re-signed. And Napoli was moved to Tampa Bay from Boston because of the filling at first base of Adrian Gonzalez. Filled that spot. Mike Napoli played first base and filled the vacant spot that Loney had when he came back to the Dodgers. Brandon Lee was jettisoned from the league. He won't play the rest of his career. And Ricky Natalico will get traded, but not to the Dodgers. We haven't decided which team is our greatest challenge that hasn't opened in their starting rotation, but he will get traded to that team. So there's the amount of money, $71 million plus, that we don't have on the roster currently that the real team in 2013 did have. Here's how the standings are after 54 games from the Dodgers. James Loney's hitting .337. Puig is up to .318, and he's probably the biggest difference. He still wouldn't have made it to the regular season roster yet. In 2013, he was called up on June the 3rd. We have yet to play June 2nd games. And he's second in the National League in RBI. There you see Gordon 17 stolen bases. The Dodgers are leading the National League in pitching. Kershaw's ERA is 1.94, Ryu's is 2.78, and they lead in wins, 9 and 8 respectively. Puig and Kershaw would make the All-Star team. Kershaw would be the Cy Young winner, and Don Mattingly would be the Manager of the Year as of right now. Before we go on and check out the Dodgers numbers, we're going to look at the other teams that had changes made to their rosters and how they're doing. By the way, Atlanta, St. Louis, and the Dodgers were the real division winners. You can see how they're doing pretty well thus far. One of the deals that was reversed was the Nathan Eovaldi trade for Hanley Ramirez. Hanley has not played much as of yet. 4 games, 2 at-bats. However, he will have a great season once he comes back from his injury. When his card populates, I'll show you. He'll play about a half a season and have an OPS of 1.040 with a 345 average. So he is currently not on the roster, but he will be soon, and he'll play the rest of the season for the Marlins. So we'll keep track on him. He has ratings of over 10 for both power. While we're here, Ricky Natalico, you can see, has not pitched great, a 4.81 ERA. But if we can go down, find the other Ricky Natalico, the second half of the season, and look at who the Dodgers got in a trade. He did have a good ERA of 3.52, 8 and 3 wins and loss. I mean, above average pitching. He'll go to somebody else who needs him. Off the top of my head, I think Atlanta will have a hole in their roster needing somebody. They're a possibility. San Diego, if they stay close in the division, they're a possibility as well. But haven't made the decision on who to trade him to as of yet. As I was saying before, Atlanta won the East in 2013. They're currently 6 games ahead of the Mets. St. Louis won the Central and had the best record in the National League. They're currently half a game behind Cincinnati, but, you know, relatively close. And the Dodgers won the West. I also believe Boston won the World Series, so they definitely made it. Detroit also, so 4 out of the 6 divisions have the correct leader. Again, not halfway through the season as of yet. Going to take a quick look at Boston, who traded a whole bunch of players to the Dodgers towards the end of the 2012 season. They retained all of those players. See how they're doing really quick. Josh Beckett was a Dodger. You see how he fared not well. Adrian Gonzalez, through 53 games, played almost every game, 9 home runs, 36 RBI, and average 291, OPS of 833. I would dare say that Loney has played as well or better. Further down the roster, Carl Crawford has barely played. He played a lot for the 2013 Dodgers. He's a bench player. This is the guy I think the Dodgers missed the most. Would love to have Nick Punto as a backup shortstop or a starter. He's barely playing for Boston. They don't even really need him. But when you reverse a trade, you reverse everybody in the trade. So Boston faring very well in their situation. The player they lost was Mike Napoli, who they lost Shane Victorino also. They had signed both of those players in free agency. The Dodgers held on to Victorino, and Napoli was moved to Tampa Bay to take James Loney's place. Let's see how he's doing quickly. Napoli's played in a lot of games, 55 already. 9 home runs, 37 RBI, only hitting .233 with an OPS of 802. Quickly, let's see how he's doing versus his real stats. He's not doing as well his on base is fairly close. His slugging is a little. He's doing okay for being hitting in a lineup that's not as good as the Red Sox. Okay. There were other players like Aaron Harang, who was Seattle, and we talked about Brandon Lee just got deleted since I didn't really have a place to put him. That was fair. Rather than go through every single player's card, we'll take a look at team numbers for the Dodgers so far. Currently on a 7-game winning streak. D. Gordon's hitting .243. He is a lightning rod player. He has, let's see, who has the most runs? It looks like Yasiel Puig scored the most runs. Loney. Somehow these are lined up perfectly. Victorino, who's still injured. Ethier. Gordon is fourth or fifth, tied for fourth, with 23 runs scored. He'll be interesting to monitor in terms of if his errors cost the Dodgers. They're just playing so well. That is the main weakness of this team, is a shortstop defensively. Loney, as we talked about before, is hitting .337 with an OPS over 9.925. He has 6 home runs. He is the only player who has over 100 total bases and 19 doubles thus far, which, again, a third of the season. I mean, that's going to be close to 60. For sure, over 50 doubles is pretty impressive if he can keep that up. Juan Uribe is also a big deal since only hitting .248. He does have 7 home runs, so that helps. There you see the rest of the hitters. Looking at the pitchers, the Dodgers bullpen has been great. Clayton Kershaw. He has a complete game. He's really started 12 games. That was a mistake on my part. McGill pitched to one batter before he came in. His ERA is 1.94 with an 8.49 whip. He's 9-1. He lost the first game of the season to the Giants. Anyhow, there's the rest of the numbers. Hyun-Jin Ryu's 2.78 ERA. Ted Lilly is outperforming. If you've watched any other videos, you would know that he only has a few more innings to pitch for the Dodgers before he's hurled to the injured list for the rest of the season. Kenley Jansen's been used as a fireman. ERA is 0.53. His WHIP is 0.416, even though he only has 6 saves. I don't want to go through each player, but really quick, once the page allows me to, we're going to look at Dee Gordon's defense. And this is the big question as we go through the next 27 games and hit the midpoint of the season. The question will be, my theory was to use Dee Gordon as the shortstop. And using some of his minor league at-bats here in the major leagues, let him hit. And he's had, you know, I wouldn't say 243 is a great average. He's below average. On base, 297 is not what you want. But he does bring the element of speed, and he is a very good bunter, which has helped. 14 bunt singles. But his fielding is going to tell the tale. I knew it was taking a chance with a 936 fielding percentage at the beginning of the season. He's now underperforming that at 920. He has 14 errors. So that'll be something to watch. I don't know what the major league record for shortstops is for errors in a season. But recently we've been playing Justin Sellers as the backup defense, since we're going to be losing Luis Cruz soon by the end of the month. And his fielding has been perfect so far. If we could deal with his hitting, which right now he's hitting 273, but again, small sample size, 11 at bats. Could we use him as the starter and use D as like a pinch runner? That's the question that I'll be watching for in the season. Victorino, Matt Kemp, and AJ Ellis all out right now and still winning. So Victorino has been very impressive. 304 average, 351 on base, OPS of 911. And even probably more important, when center field, perfect. So with him in center and Puig in right, the Dodgers defense is pretty good. The weakness, as we said before, shortstop. Zach Greinke, 5-0, 2.38 ERA. I thought the hardest part of the season would be what we just went through, and we've won 40 out of 54 games. When Nathan Eovaldi comes back, and he's coming back relatively soon as well, this pitching staff gets 4 quality starters. And this was with a Miami team. He was 4-6 with a 3.39 ERA. So, and he'll be joining us in June 18th. This team looks unbeatable, except for at shortstop. The only other thing I would say that the Dodgers don't have in the bullpen is a long reliever. Somebody could throw 60 to 80 pitches in a given outing to like mop up if a game is out of reach for either side, either losing or winning, and save the bullpen. But Withrow has not played well lately. He will probably not be on the postseason roster. Howell, Kinley, Paco Rodriguez, and probably Belisario make the 4. You'd like 6, like I said, a long reliever, and then another right-hander, and that brings up trades later on, including, this is a free agent sign. Brian Wilson, the former Giant, will get a chance to pitch. We'll see how he does. Edison Volquez is a trade. Carlos Marmol. So those are the things to look forward to in the coming games. Through 54, couldn't be more pleased with how things have gone. And we thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time. on Missed It by How Much.